Have you heard about the most wanted man in Europe? His name was Ridouan Taghi, one of history's most ferocious criminals. For years, he managed to stay under the radar and out of the hands of the law. He operated a massive cocaine trafficking organization completely in a shadow. But who is Ridouan Taghi? Why is he called the Netherlands' most vicious gang leader? And how did he get away with trafficking cocaine and murdering anyone who stood in his way? In this video, we will take a look at Ridouan Taghi's life of crime, unbelievable arrest, and prison sentence with rumors of escape. Let's dive right in. On December 20th, 1977, Ridouan Taghi was born in the northern region of Morocco. He and his family relocated to the Netherlands in 1980. He joined a street gang known as the Bad Boys quickly after that. This street gang was relatively disorganized and only focused on minor offenses. Taghi faced legal charges for the first time in his life in 1992. He was apprehended for burglaries and firearm possession. 2 years later, 17-year-old Taghi decided to give up on school and concentrate on hash smuggling. This was initially his first drug of choice, but it didn't take long for him to go to the next stage. Cocaine was at that level after that. Taghi stayed unnoticed for a very long period, despite his prior convictions. He understood that to succeed, he would need to remain anonymous and stay out of contact with the police. His name wouldn't appear in a police report until 2013. He was recognized by the Spanish police when a fellow Moroccan was assassinated there in 2013. They began to learn about him as a significant drug dealer slowly but gradually. The Netherlands then archived the few materials that the Spanish police had provided. The area around him was tranquil for several years until all that changed in 2015. Ibrahim Boujou reported Taghi and his right-hand man, said Razouki, to the police. Boujou knew Taghi put him on the death list. Boujou assisted in aborting a coffee shop owner who was close to Taghi, and Taghi wanted him dead. Many men were detained in 2015 due to a massive weapons bust. They were found to be Taghi's accomplices when their PGP phones were cracked and examined. He began to gain some reputation, but by the time the police were genuinely interested in finding him, it was already too late. Ridouan Taghi became so incredibly wealthy so soon that he was able to purchase his freedom. While the police were dozing off, Taghi was creating one of the largest cocaine empires in the entire globe. It may have been one of his wisest decisions. Taghi's strength and craziness began to manifest by the end of 2015. He was utterly unrelenting. Taghi would deal with anyone who appropriately got in his way, and he had no intention of being amicable while dealing with such types of people. In 2015, he gave the order to assassinate a spy shop employee on the theory, which was never even verified, that the individual had provided the police with information on him. Samir Arahib was killed on April 17, 2016. It's impossible to believe this horrifying tale. Samir knew that Taghi had ordered a hit on him and hid from view. Taghi became enraged and impatient as a result. Since he did not want to leave himself, he gave the assassins 1 million euros in exchange for breaking into Samir's home and killing his entire family. A few days later, Samir did leave the house. The assassins waited for him to return, and they shot him dead in his car. They shoot him as if his 7-year-old daughter was not seated next to him. The captured hitman later admitted that the presence of his daughter in the car was why he did not deliver a fatal headshot to the assailant. The young girl was attacked but survived. The death of Abderrahim Belhaj occurred on May 9th of 2016. He allegedly took 2 cocaine bricks from Taghi. Taghi didn't care about the cocaine's estimated value of 100,000 euros. That sum was pennies in comparison. He only wanted to let everyone else know that it was dangerous to steal from him. Martin Koch was fatally shot inside his car on December 8, 2016. Martin, a criminal justice blogger, frequently discusses Taghi and other convicts on his site. A bomb planted under his car earlier that year didn't kill him. He was walking with someone who had baited him on December 8th in Amsterdam. Someone attempted to shoot him in the head from behind while they were still moving. The weapon jammed. Martin failed to notice it at all. Once the task was done that day, they followed Martin in his car and killed him with a shot to the head. He allegedly made plans to kill someone in January of 2017 when they were allegedly discussing him. Unluckily, Taghi was slain by the wrong person, and this oversight would lead to Taghi's demise. The Dubai police told news reporters that he was in complete shock. Criminals from all over the world frequently visit Dubai. They believe they could enjoy the lovely city and run their drug business simultaneously. Unfortunately for them, the authorities in Dubai have been cleaning up the streets. They have declared war on any criminals living in the area. More than 10 individuals allegedly communicating with Taghi were being tracked by the Dubai police. They eventually arrived at the opulent villa, hiding where Taghi might reside. The villa appeared to be vacant. No automobiles or people were moving around during the day, and all the shutters were closed. Yet, there was just one man who did the trash pickup at night, every night. This served as proof to the police that there were definitely occupants in the home. Yet who? Mr. Taghi himself was the Angels of Death's chief architect. Taghi never left the property, which was watched over 24 hours a day, and just one guy ever offered to assist him. This man met Taghi's needs, like giving him food and medicine, taking out the trash, and other things. After the Dubai police were certain that someone was hiding within the home, they made the decision to plan an operation to enter the building. The police were unsure of what to anticipate or whether the person or persons they would discover in the residence were the ones they were looking for, because they only had a 10-year-old photograph of Taghi. Dutch press reports say he may have undergone surgery to alter his face and appearance. The police team from Dubai entered and discovered a male right away. The man appeared to be in disbelief and could not believe what he was seeing. Without putting up any resistance, he simply gave himself up. Ridouan Taghi, one of the most heinous criminals and largest drug traffickers in the world, was eventually identified as that individual. Police found a large amount of cash in the house piled behind sofas, numerous laptops and iPhones, Dutch periodicals covering his activities, and a lot of money. Taghi was watching TV and consuming red wine at the time of his detention. He claimed to the police that he was already his own prisoner, he had no freedom, and had grown increasingly nervous over time. He was swiftly extradited to the Netherlands under the strictest security on a private plane that flew in formation with other aircrafts to ensure his safety. Ridouan Taghi ultimately lost the struggle and ended up in a maximum security jail in the Netherlands after years of smuggling kilograms of drugs, murdering numerous people, and making hundreds of millions. He is currently engaged in conflict with the Dutch court system, which is attempting to link him to all the murders and cocaine sales that occurred under his control. And the Department of Justice has someone on their side who is well versed in Taghi. Recall the hitman who accidentally killed the wrong person? A close buddy of one of Taghi's top-ranking members was the victim of the murder. He could not stand to live with the identification error and began speaking to the police since he felt terrible about it. He is now the largest informant for the Department of Justice, making him Taghi's greatest adversary ever. As retaliation, Taghi and his crew murdered this informant's brother and lawyer, but it was already too late. Taghi's journey began as a young child who engaged in small-time theft before moving on to hash trafficking and eventually becoming one of the most ruthless and deadly cocaine traffickers in the world. A man who ordered attacks on people's lives like they were cups of coffee. He faces life in a maximum security jail because of the mounting evidence against him, and his journey is certainly over. What are your thoughts on this? Please let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications before leaving. Thanks for watching.